Alright guys, we finally made it. We're finally reacting to Cameron F305's video on the quartering. Listen, we're not going to have any shortage of quartering slop anytime soon. I mean, in case you guys have been living under a rock, the quartering has been in his Lolcow era very recently. I mean, we always knew that the quartering was kind of a weird MAGA freak, and he's always been just like kind of just strange in the way that he talks about information. He's just like kind of a right-wing slop channel, just like posts like 4 to 5 videos a day. And now he's just like in his Lolcow era, which is pretty fun to see. And he's recently been striking down Kino Casino's Clips channel, which is pretty fucked up because that's just gonna Streisand effect the fuck out of yourself and make people hate you even more. So yeah, we've got Cameron's content cop on the quartering. We always like Cameron F305 stuff, so yeah, I always happy to see him upload. We start off with the good old quarter pounder from McDonald's. You got a Modelo as well, a Modelo can. Cameron, go all the way. Get a Modelo bottle. Like, if you want that, listen, if you want to have a Modelo, Cameron, go all the way. Have it in the fucking bottle. Be a man, Cameron. Come on. What are we doing in a can? Come on. Who the fuck do you think you are?
What we do here is go back.
Gotta have the obligatory content cop intro as per usual. Bro, are you filming this at your college? Damn. Honestly, you kind of missed an opportunity. We paused at such an interesting time. Do we make this the thumbnail? I don't know. I'll think about making this part the thumbnail. We'll see. But, you missed an opportunity to, like, do an homage to iDubbbz earlier. You know, where you could have had, like, a fat person. You smacked, like, a quarter pounder out of their hand. You called them gay or something. And then they chase after you. That would have been perfect for this intro.
And welcome back to another episode of Content Cop. Now, don't be scared and hold your urine. Don't be pissing on the floor because we got a big
we're already starting off with the references.
Taste to crack. Today's theme on Content Cop is a topic I care a lot about. Free speech.
Empathy, though. It's got to be about empathy, surely.
And that's because today's suspect is a real free speech warrior. He's a coward. He's a degenerate. He e-begs. He loves to play victim. He's very boring. He's also balding. That's right. He's Jeremy.
Hey, he's also like a weird right-wing freak. I mean, listen, it's a bit of an elephant in the room. I know Cameron is like probably conservative leaning, which, I mean, I don't agree with, but like, you know, as long as Cameron's not MAGA. I have seen him call out the Epstein shit on Twitter, though. I have seen him do it before, so, like, listen, he doesn't seem to be MAGA defending pedophilia, so, like, that's a solid, at least. So as long as you're not, like, a weird MAGA freak, it's, like, it is what it is. Like, what are you gonna do, right? It seems like Cameron is, like, a little conservative leaning, though, which I disagree with, but it's not a deal breaker on its own.
Hambly from the quartering. To summarize Jeremy's content, well, at least the content he's known for, it's essentially him reading an article about something being too woke or whatever, and that's about it. There isn't much he adds to it. He makes a bunch of these videos daily, all for some poor sap to stumble upon while looking for something topical online. Luckily for Jeremy, he was able to gain success from this boring dogshit content, and that alone warrants a content cop, but that doesn't even touch his blatant hypocrisy and weird behavior. For that reason, I'm going to give you a very brief rundown of Jeremy's online antics so we can establish a full picture before going further. Thank you to Coffee Brand Coffee for sponsoring today's video.
Coffee brand coffee. In case you guys don't understand the lore, Coffee brand coffee was the coffee like company or brand that he was sponsoring. I still have to try out Coffee brand coffee to see if it's like any good. I hear that there was like a controversy involved with Coffee brand coffee, and like there wasn't any, and it wasn't like doing too hot, and like Jeremy had to like fucking promote it constantly because it wasn't doing too well. Apparently a lot of people say it's not that good. I still have yet to try it.
Nah, just kidding. I tried, and it would have been really funny if you agreed to it. I think he was a little too on edge. But for real, a huge shout out to my patrons and members who help make these videos possible. And of course, be sure to smash the cool buttons and follow the social media.
Oh, we love the fucking doorbell chud here.
Speaking of social media accounts, Jeremy has had a lot of them. And that's a huge part of what makes this guy so pathetic. Simply put, Jeremy is practically a boat without a sail. A grifter in every sense of the word. He's a bad businessman who relies on his audience to save him from his...
I mean, is he a grifter? I feel like part of grifting means you kind of just say stuff that you don't really believe in. I feel like that's a huge part of what counts as grifting. And, like, Jeremy has always done right-wing content. Even as far back as, like, I can remember, like, 2018, 2019. He's always been, like, an anti-woke slop guy.
His own failures. Unlike Innuendo Studios, Jeremy's problem couldn't be solved by just making more content because, well, Jeremy is a slop factory who pumps out several unoriginal fucking videos per day. I know
he does like 4 to 5 uploads a day, which, look, man, I get that I do daily uploads and like I do react content, and the like reactions that I do are very low effort. I try my best to give as much commentary as I can, but like 4 to 5 videos a day is insane. Like, at least when I upload one video a day, I have the excuse that I could schedule them in advance, and then I go offline and do my own shit offline and, like, deal with other shit offline all day. Whereas, like, you have to, like, be really dedicated to upload 4 to 5 videos a day.
I know the words slop and grifter get thrown around and misused online all of the time, but if you want a perfect, almost extreme example of both, Jeremy Hambley is your guy. So let's run through his attempts at internet fame. Starting in 2007 with his first channel, Be Your Own IT. Now, Be Your Own IT was a channel where Jeremy made basic computer tutorials. You know, the type of thing that your great-granddad looks up when he can't find the fucking file explorer.
Sounds to me like he... I mean... Gotta put yourself out there one way, right? Before doing anti-woke content, it was Be Your Own IT, and when Be Your Own IT didn't work, you switched to sexually harassing people at Magic the Gathering events.
Don't smoke next to your computer. It's that easy.
One of his more infamous clips is from a video where he gives a serious warning against... I don't even want to say it.
It's more of a public service announcement than anything else. At the office this week, we had a situation where one of the techs came across some pictures on a customer's computer that were of the child pornography variety.
What?
I don't really know if there's any tack way to put that.
Why? Did you go to the police at the very least? Like, you were, like, obviously this was, like, somebody, or, like, a client he was working with. But when you see something like that, go to the police? Like, immediately?
This video isn't to protect...
Why are you going to fucking YouTube?
...child perverts or anything like that.
Well, I don't know. Did you go to the police? That, like, we need to know if you went to the police to make that conclusion for ourselves.
The point of this video is just to...
Dude, every time I watch TheQuartering, every single fucking time I see clips of him, every single time I watch a video, somehow he gets worse. Every single time I watch him. There's always like a new clip that comes out about him that just makes me like him even less. That makes him even worse. Whether it's him not loving his wife enough, whether it's him sexually harassing people at Renaissance fairs or at the Magic the Gathering events, whether it's him simping over women online, like just like tons of shit that just make him look more and more like a loser every fucking day. He just gets worse each time I watch him.
Remind people that, you know, as techs, we read your emails, so to speak. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it happens. So if you have things that you don't want computer techs to see, you know, you should delete them or rename them.
What?
He's basically saying, guys, I'm not protecting child molesters or people that have child pornography. By the way, guys, if you want to get away with having child pornography, You might want to delete that stuff before you send it to a fucking IT guy. Even for, like, I don't know when this channel came out. Like, I don't know when it came out. But even if this channel, like, being charitable, even if it was, like, 2008 or 2009, even for 2008, 2009 standards, that's pretty fucking insane. Like, child pornography is, like, fucking, like, radiation. You don't want any contact with it. You don't want to touch it. You don't want to be exposed to that shit. Like, get that shit away. No. Goodbye. Like, you immediately report to the police. Not make a video telling people how to hide that shit more often.
Despite some early traction, the channel didn't last, giving us the very first version of Jeremy's iconic catchphrase. My channel is under attack, please help me! He's
Okay.
It's been eBay.
He seems to always complain that his channel's under attack or that, like, YouTube is censoring him in some way, shape, or form.
While LARPing as a business-savvy entrepreneur for almost 20 years. And it all started with a video titled, A Sad, Pathetic Cry for Help from Me.
The reason I'm talking to you today, face to face.
Also, why does, like, TheQuartering feel the need to dress up more, like, professionally with, like, a tie and everything and a white shirt and everything? Why does he feel the need to do this?
Is because I have a favor to ask. It's not about money. I make probably about 25 cents every 2 days, and it barely covers my hosting costs, and that's fine. It's kind of like my plea with you right now. So if you could share some of the wealth and help, and if we've helped you, help.
Damn, he really has been e-begging since day one, huh? Because, like, many years have passed and not much has changed.
Spread the word a little bit.
But after his attempts at pleading for help failed, he sold the channel.
And then some VC guy bought that channel from me. And I think I got $160,000.
One failure down, he then made a channel called RC Nightmare, which actually got a little traction. So he made 5 more RC toy channels and abandoned all of them when they didn't blow up. During his spree of making RC channels, he made the MTG Headquarters channel. Yep.
Yeah, this one we're familiar with.
No shocker, the guy who looks like this is into Magic the Gathering.
Cameron, come on. Not all fat people like Magic the Gathering. And also, like, not all people that play Magic the Gathering are fat. Alright, Cameron, what the fuck? Who do you fucking think you're talking to, huh? I've been a Yu-Gi-Oh! Nerd for, oh my god, has it been 10 years? Holy, wait, that's actually scary. Wait, I remember getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! When I was in, like, 9th grade. Has it already been 10 years since 2016? Holy shit, I feel old. It's been 10 years since I remember 2016 like it was yesterday. Oh my god, I feel so old. What the fuck? I'm only 24 years old and I feel old. I feel like Gandalf. God damn. I had a bit of a moment there. I was not expecting that. Shit.
Wow, this channel, now named Unsleeved Media, actually gained some traction and hasn't been abandoned by Jeremy, even if he's lucky to even crack 1,000 views these days. Speeding things up thanks to Unsleeved Media's success, Jeremy tried capitalizing by launching 5 more channels, most of them aimed at things for kids. And
God damn, dude, how many channels is this? Like, so what? He's got his Be Your Own IT, that's 1, and then he did like the RC car thing, so that's 6 channels. He's got the new Unsleeved Media, so that's 7, haha. And then you got 7 plus 5, that's 12 channels. Not to mention, TheQuartering is going to make it to 13 channels, dude. God damn. 13 is also the age of the child that he found on his Be Your Own IT video in the CP. Jeez, that's really unfortunate. And, also, you know, the president that Jeremy likes as well is a pedophile. So that can't be a coincidence, guys. I don't know, man. Seems like these conservatives have always really been into kids in some way, shape, or form, it seems. Or at least defending and adjacent to child predators. I don't know, guys. I'm not the one that makes these conspiracy theories. It's just everything's been laid out for me.
all of which eventually failed. That leaves us with his current channels, well, aside from Unsleeved Media and RC Nightmare. Because after Gamergate, Jeremy would make his most successful channel by far, TheQuartering. This is where Jeremy dipped his toes into politics, going from anti-SJW topics related to gaming/nerd culture to just right-wing politics. Oh, he also has a second channel for TheQuartering called Jeremy Hambley. He actually used to have a different section.
So that's 14 channels. Oh, 15 channels. Mid-Wesley? Dude, how many fucking YouTube channels does this guy have? This is the number of YouTube channels that Papa Gut wants to have when he gets too fucking ambitious with his content. Like, Papa Gut's like, ooh, maybe we should have a leftovers channel. Ooh, maybe we should have a gaming channel. Ooh, maybe we should have a podcast channel. Ooh, maybe I should do, like, a workout channel. Or, ooh, maybe I should do this. Like, Papa Gut gets so ambitious with content, and then there's, like, 15 fucking channels. This is Papa Gut and the number of channels that he wants. He'll make, like, 15 other channels and spread his content out everywhere, and it fucking confuses the shit out of everybody.
Channel called Mid-Wesley, which he deleted. Oh, and a third channel for his awful live show.
Make that 16 channels. The Quartering Live. We're gonna count how many channels he's got now.
Oh.
Unless Cameron does it for me.
Did you get all that?
That is 16 channels.
Brings Jeremy's total channel count to a whopping 19.
Oh, 19? What did I lose? Oh, Coffee Brand Coffee. Duh. I guess I lost that out. Man. Unfortunate.
Well, 17 if you only include the channels he still owns / hasn't deleted. So other than the endless failed attempts at internet fame, what else has brought us here today? Well, after turning into a well-oiled slot machine, Jeremy built his career riding the coattails of other right-wing figures like Sargon of Akkad and Count Dankula. He'd insert himself into feuds, try to start businesses, more on those soon, hop from one influencer to the next one until they got tired of him.
I blocked Jeremy Hambly. Why? Because Jeremy Hambly is the rights or the anti-establishment version of the Young Turks.
And create a bunch of shows while simping over his female co-host.
I don't know if I really care about what Tim Pool thinks. This is the same guy that, like, took blood money from Russia to, like, run disinformation campaigns for them.
All of this while constantly oversharing, e-begging, overstaffing, and occasionally going on drunk escapades live on stream and on Twitter.
I just peed in my basement.
Over time, his laughable behavior built up a whole crowd of people just waiting for his next embarrassing moment, which is exactly where our other two main characters, Andy Worski and PPP of the Kino Casino, come in. Once they joked about his weird marriage dynamic, Jeremy had a crash out bigger than Will Smith at the Oscars while trying to slap their whole channel off of the internet.
You know, I will say, as much as I'm not, like, the biggest fan of Kino Casino, like, I'm not really gonna go out of my way to watch them all the time. I cannot deny that they got jokes. They are pretty funny, and they definitely get very crazy, and that's, like, part of what makes them funny, is them trying to, like, push the boundaries of what is acceptable when it comes to comedy. And ultimately, like, if Jeremy just, like, kept ignoring Kino Casino, and they kept, like, if he just, like, moved on with his life and just kept uploading his shitty slop content, I think, like, eventually Kino Casino would have gotten bored and they would have moved on to someone else. Eventually. Like, they usually, when they have a Lolcow that they stick to them for a pretty long time. You know, they did it for a while with iDubbbz, but now the quartering is, like, a new thing, and they're not really talking about iDubbbz as much anymore because they're bored of him. And ultimately, iDubbbz slop is just, like, very, like, mellow these days. It's like there's nothing really interesting happening with iDubbbz anymore, and I think everybody is fucking burnt out with iDubbbz slop. So I totally get it. But instead, the Quartering decided to false copyright strike the channel, and the channel got taken down. Yeah, because that's going to make people like you, is when you're taking down other people's channels. That's like a golden rule that people just don't... Yeah, you just don't do that.
Now you're all caught up to speed. To start, let's take a look at some of Jeremy's stated principles and beliefs and see how it holds up to his behavior. Now, the quarter-pounder hamburglar describes himself as a principled family man and free speech warrior. The first video on the Quartering's channel describes his want to bring people together through polite discourse rather than arguments.
Changing it to the Quartering this weekend because it feels like everybody's like pulling everyone in every other direction, and what I want to do is kind of like reassemble the human body here through
the human body. Come on, right-wing chuds, let's gather around and let's really call out the wokeness in the Magic the Gathering community. Rah!
discourse rather than arguing.
A mighty task, especially for modern political discourse, but he expertly navigates this through his videos like, "It's time to ban Indians."
It's time to ban Indian. Oh yeah, I remember when like the Zoran Mamdani bombing happened. There was like a white supremacist rally that Jake Lang held, and Jake Lang is a disgusting white supremacist that's like incredibly hateful. And like obviously like yeah, like should you be bombing people? No. Like, obviously, I don't really feel bad that people attempted to bomb Jake Lang. I'm not really going to hide how I feel about that, because if you're going to put yourself out there like that, and you're going to put out hate into the world and say, like, hey, we're white supremacists, no, anyone that is non-white deserves to have their rights stripped away, they deserve to die, all these are sorts of things. It's hard for me to feel bad when other people return that same energy back to you. So I have a hard time feeling bad. Now, again, if police have to do what they have to do about the Muslim kids that bombed him, they got to do what they got to do. They have to enforce the law. They're just doing their job, like, whatever. But, like, the quartering in response to that was, like, basically all in favor of Jake Lang, and he was, like, defending him because, again, Jake Lang is just inherently, like, right-wing. And same for when Zoran Mamdani got elected. He says that this is a Christian nation and that we shouldn't have Muslims into office, despite Mamdani being a legal U.S. citizen.
Best Buy bans whites. Walmart black fatigue goes nuclear.
Bro, every time somebody says black fatigue, instant red flag. Like, if you, like, how are you fatigued by black people other than you're fatigued by, like, other than just having, like, an inherently racist belief? Like, black fatigue is an inherently, like, racist thing, but I'm not really surprised that the quartering is, he spews this kind of stuff.
And of course, my channel is under attack. Please fucking help me. Among others. I gotta say, for a married family man, he sure does tackle a lot of sexual topics involving women. He also lacks most of the family part of
He also sexually harasses a lot of women as well. You know, look at all the Magic the Gathering events. Look at Brie Larson as well. He made weird comments about Brie Larson having a small ass. Like, bro, what? Like, why would you say that in a YouTube video? That's fucking insane to me. Like, that's like talk that you would have when you're, like, talking with friends or something. You'd be like, hey, like, look at that. You know what I mean? Like, you're just weird for, like, putting that out into the public. Like, it's one thing if you think that, but, like, don't fucking tell us.
Whole family man thing. Jeremy has no children, unless he means his parents, but that's not usually how the saying is used. Semantics aside, in my opinion, Jeremy is an unprincipled fucking coward who grifts to the right. Not only because that's where his political beliefs lie, but also because that's where he makes the most money. The best examples of him being a hypocrite come from his wishy-washy positions. Most notable for this video are his positions on free speech, which he seems to love unless that speech is criticizing or making fun of him. More on
with Kino Casino.
This later. Jeremy has also claimed to be against people leaking private DMs.
And this is just my side of the conversation. I don't want to, like, leak DMs.
Also, there's a code so you don't leak private messages without permission. True. No, I would never release the DMs except for to absolve myself of, like, a crime. He ends up leaking Asmongold's DMs, which don't even prove what he's claiming.
Unless, of course, he's the one doing it.
I don't think I've ever shared private DMs, but in this case, I'm making my very first exception, hopefully my last, because it goes directly to supporting my position and debunking an active narrative against my own coverage.
Or, you know, it's Jack Daniels.
Let's be real. He's probably drunk. All we know is that my channel's under attack. So this is what he leaked.
Oh, okay. So that's interesting. Immediately folding on that position.
He also really hates cancel culture.
I don't like cancel culture, and I don't like to participate in it.
That's very interesting. Because, like, nowadays, we've been seeing cancel culture on the right exist. It's so interesting because the right has always been, like, anti-cancel culture. And, like, I get it. Like, can the left go too far with canceling people? Absolutely. We've seen it time and time again. Like, they can be very annoying when it comes to their bullshit online cancellations. Like, especially on TikTok when you'll have, like, some person come forward about, like, a bad relationship they had, and then in hindsight, it's, like, suddenly it's grooming, it's rape, it's, like, all the worst fucking labels you can attach to that situation. So, like, I get it. Like, it's annoying, but, like, we've gone, like, the narrative nowadays has gone so anti-SJW that we now are, like, defending Trump for being on the fucking Epstein files. It's pretty, like, crazy how far we've gone in the other direction. And, like, the only cancel culture that really exists on the right is if you criticize Trump. That will cause you to get canceled in, like, right-wing spaces. I mean, Mike Pence is now labeled as a rhino because he didn't want to be associated with Trump after January 6th. And same for Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was criticizing Trump a lot more, and then she was forced to resign.
You know, when he needs to make an exception.
Watching MAGA become insufferable cancel trolls is disheartening. Well, the rules have changed.
Or again, you know, when that henny hits. Are you starting to notice a pattern? Jeremy also seems to have this principle where if you're being harassed or being sent death threats, you have to post proof of it.
We have endured death threats. Not one single piece of evidence, by the way.
But when it comes to death threats...
Oh my God. I challenge you right now, Amanda Stenberg, okay? I will never cover the Acolyte again if you could show me a deluge of threats on your life. Oh, I have death threats and they never provide any evidence.
Again, unless you're Jeremy. Those are only a few examples for now. There are plenty more that will come up throughout this video, but my point is that if Ludwig is a jellyfish, Jeremy is the whole aquarium.
That's kind of fucked up. Jesus Christ. He's the entire aquarium. Is that a fat joke, Cameron?
That made more sense on paper. That wasn't very funny. Jeremy's content has always been very bad. He's not very original, he's pretty boring, and his videos always have this dog shit layout which looks like an OBS template for the average 2010 Twitch streamer. There isn't anything really special to it. Hell, anybody could be the next Quartering. In fact, while I was investigating inside MTG headquarters, I actually found an employee training tape.
Oh no.
Damn, he's old.
Thank you. You valued employee.
Isn't like the Quartering in his like late 40s? Like that's what he looks like. He looks like he's in his like late 40s. He might even be like pushing 50 at this rate.
For your interest
Or pushing 60, I meant to say.
in creating content for The Quartering. This step-by-step guide will ensure you make the perfect video for The Quartering channel. Step 1. Wait for an article containing any sort of breaking news or anything topical. Something that can contribute to a go woke, go broke narrative is preferred. Step 2. Make sure your toys are stacked neatly behind you, like the man-child you are. Step 3. Look like shit? No need to shower. They can't smell you. But what if...
Do you think Asmongold watched this? Because Asmongold knows all about not taking showers, or only like brushing his teeth like 9 times a year.
about that messy, thinning hair?
Like, I mean, we saw recently on the Caleb Hammer Asmongold podcast, Asmongold literally admits to eating like shit every single day. He drinks 4 Cokes a day. He ends his day with vanilla and chocolate ice cream. And then he, like, eats beef jerky and he orders food from McDonald's and shit. Like, dude, this guy eats, like, absolute fucking shit every single day and he lets his fucking teeth rot out. He admits to this on stream. That, like, he admits on the podcast that he lets his fucking teeth rot out. His teeth was rotting out of his skull in the middle of his fucking playthrough of Crimson Desert. It's, like, absolutely fucking disgusting.
Just cover
Seems like a majority of right-wingers do this shit.
it up with the trucker cap. Nobody will be able to tell that you never leave the house. Step 4. Read that article while sounding like you're presenting a 5th grade essay. One take Timmy, no need to cut any stutters. Leave all that dead space and mush mouth in there. You think we have time for editing? Fuck no. We got 6 more of these babies to make today. Step 5. Plug your new white label business. Step 6. Make the most obnoxious thumbnail possible with your shitty store-bought branding all over it. Step Sister. Upload and repeat until you've met the quota. When you're all done, feel free to sit back, relax, and enjoy 2, 3, or 30 refreshing cold ones.
God.
That's just how we do it here at The Quartering.
Jesus Christ, that is so disgusting the way you chug those Modelo's. You could have, at the very least, chugged the coffee brand coffee, though I guess Modelo's would, like, chugging Modelo's and chugging beer would be more of a pleasant experience than chugging fucking coffee brand coffee.
How was your weekend?
The Quartering's content is easily replaceable, especially since Jeremy isn't a great talker. He sounds very dull and tired, he stutters a lot, and it could take a while for him to form an original thought.
And they immediately went into, essentially, LOL. Why do liberals want to keep this tribe in a primitive state? Some science project, sorry.
Don't patronize me, bitch. You're not sorry. If you were actually sorry, you would have done a second take.
There's always, you just, the mark of lunacy is always these, there's more cameras on the scene than actual people. Like, that's the reality of this.
Dude, like, his content is just, like, soulless. Like, I understand feeling the grind of, like, uploading daily, but, like, make sure you're actually putting even, like, like, we're in a low effort period, so it's one thing if you want to make your content low effort, but like, put some effort in and don't sound fucking soulless. This is what happens when you feel pressured to make, like, uploading like 4 or 5 videos a day. This is what fucking happens to you, is your content just becomes so soulless and boring.
You know, there's more there's more
To add insult to injury, his political know-how might be even worse than Hassan.
So if we go,
he's zooming in to Southeast Asia. Look at this. He's in Indonesia and Australia, for fuck's sake.
Bro, does he not know that Indonesia is above Australia?
Here. Look at Hannah's face. Bro, he's in South America.
The Strait of Hormuz.
Oh my god. Wait, this is actually, like, even worse than Hassan. At least Hassan knew that Yemen was in the middle. It's still embarrassing for Hassan to not know the location of Yemen on the map, especially considering he's supposed to be the Middle East guy. He's supposed to be educated on the Middle East, but he's in fucking South America. Now he's in, where is he?
Now he's in
not here. Gotta zoom out more.
That's the Atlantic Ocean!
He's in fucking Antarctica now. Dude, he's in Antarctica.
That's the Atlantic Ocean! You're in the wrong fucking hemisphere, you mongoloid!
Okay, that's crazy.
What's the thing called?
I couldn't. He's looking for Iran. He doesn't. He's not even. Buddy.
Wait, I thought he was looking for Indonesia.
You fucking retarded. Andy!
Whoa!
Andy had a better idea. At least Andy knows where the Middle East fucking is.
Another thing the quartering will do is when his videos aren't doing very well, he'll just pay for ad space and put his videos in front of other more successful creators' videos. It's pretty pathetic. Jeremy's lack of originality also extends to his short form content, where he will say some shit and then...
I am surprised that the quartering is even able to pump out short form content with the amount of fucking videos he makes per day.
Play someone...
And that's also not taking into account that he uploads on his Magic the Gathering channel once in a blue moon as well.
Else's entire video without any added commentary or change.
Cheating women never seem to like the consequences, and this is a perfect example. Check this.
Wait, what? What was that? I need to replay that.
Commentary or change.
Cheating women.
Cheating women. Okay. Are we about to get, like, some... Is the quartering now, like, red pilled? That wouldn't surprise me.
Never seem to like the consequences, and this is a perfect example. Check this out. This podcast has a seemingly endless supply of dumb women, and it's crazy to see. Check this out. There's a reason people think athletes are dumb. Lady, it's a mountain. Check this out. We've all had these days at work before, but that's not an energy drink. So check this out.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that he's... Like, he seems to know what he's doing for short-form content. The problem is that he's just so boring when he does it. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He's just like... He's not interesting.
If this video doesn't make you want to play in traffic, I don't know what will. Let's peep this out.
I knew you were gonna do that. I knew it. Oh, the old iDubbbz lore. Let's peep this out. I just knew it. I saw it coming from a mile away. That was perfect, Cameron. Pure cinema. Good job. You get points for that reference.
My wife went out for pizza without me, and I'm angry about it. So I'm gonna win this round, and I'm gonna pee. If I don't win this round, I'm gonna pee in my own basement.
Oh, incredible. The famous pee in my own basement clip.
I don't have a toilet down here. All I have is a drain in the floor. Oh, I'm almost about to pee my pants. I gotta pee so bad. I gotta pee so bad.
Get up! No!
Oh my god. I just peed in my basement. Look.
Oh my gosh.
Look. If you want to watch a streamer that wants to pee in the potty, go watch someone else.
Make no mistake, this is stolen content. But what else can you expect from someone as lazy as Jeremy? His lack of charisma is painful. It's especially noticeable in his live show, Quartering Live.
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
Every weekday, Jeremy boots up a stream with his overpaid co-hosts who he attempts to flirt with, yet has no chemistry with, and covers breaking news for about an hour or two. It's painful to watch.
People buy the costumes for other purposes. Like, I'm sure they sell the sexy nurse costume year round, and, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. You know,
Melanie's
The
a
thing
big
is, at least for
purchaser of
me,
that.
it's the
Someone in chat says, as you get older, your sex drive goes down. Oh, that's not true for me. I had to give it a reach around. I had to go up and under and use my fingers, and then it was on
that's
the back.
personal. I don't want to know that.
It's just like he just overshares so frequently, especially considering he has like 2 women on his podcast. You got Melanie Mac simping for him constantly.
Jeremy's,
that's another thing. Melanie Mac also talks about how she has a husband, and not once have we ever seen her husband. She constantly like thirst traps for her simps online. It's interesting. It's almost like she's grifting.
Problems when hosting is his inability to, well, host. I was generous when saying he's covering breaking news for an hour or two, because about half of that time is spent listening to dead air.
Yeah.
This is unless he's drunk streaming. This is where it gets a bit more entertaining. Jeremy is a pure animal when there's alcohol in his system, and it especially comes out on Twitter. But when he's live...
Get up! No!
Woo, boy!
Try to put combo with that princess warrior. This one? I don't know, the pink hair is scaring me. Oh, she's like 10. She's cute. Ew, she's pregnant. I showed you guys like a girl's whole butt.
God, this Renaissance. Every time I watch this Renaissance Fair clip of the quartering, my soul leaves my body. It's just so... I'm not even getting secondhand embarrassment. Buddy, I'm getting like sixth-hand embarrassment. You could not pay me to watch this clip. That's how painful it is to watch.
There, now quit whining.
This live content magnifies another one of the Quarter Pounder's biggest problems. He is very unlikable. Throughout every space he's tried to make content in, communities where he could have thrived, he ended up pissing people off and making a big ass of himself. But before he can ever finish a battle he starts, he loses the tough guy act and hides away like the big pussy that he is.
Be a mama's boy and a teacher's pet, pimple face, ass wipe, looking like they just had a...
Jeremy loves to start unnecessary battles. Hell, it's the main reason we're here today. Truly, I think he just likes pretending to be a tough guy. He usually channels that through shit-talking people that his target right-wing audience already don't like.
Oh god, Savannah Hernandez is also like very obnoxious. She recently was like, we're not happy, this is not what we voted for. It's like, yeah, no shit. This fucking Trump administration. Like, the writing had been on the wall for Trump to be a dog shit president, and you still voted for him. And now you're making a video saying you're disappointed this is not what you voted for. Yes, it was. You just weren't happy with the results.
But when Jeremy gets that sweet, sweet drunk courage from his forbidden elite...
That is an insane photo of the quartering. That's crazy. Where is this photo from? I need to know, because this could potentially be thumbnail material.
He just can't help himself. He's been doing this shit for years. His only IRL encounter with someone he talked shit on was with a guy named Matt Loader. You see,
Matt Loader
is a zesty leftist who Jeremy had called a pedophile without evidence.
Oh, great. It's always the people you call pedophiles without evidence. I'm sorry, Mr. Quartering. Wasn't there an old clip of you trying to make someone avoid having CSAM on their computer? Wasn't there a clip of you sexually harassing other women? And also, by the way, defending Trump for... Like, again, Trump is on the Epstein list. There's probably going to be no energy for Trump being most likely a pedophile that raped kids on Epstein Island, because that's what all of MAGA does. They just, like, run defense for it or don't talk about it.
Which is, of course, another example of Jeremy's hypocrisy.
As a family man, one of the worst things you can say about somebody, and it's right up there with calling someone a pedophile.
That's besides the point. When confronted by Matt at a bar, Jeremy tried to play nice before catching a few haymakers.
This is the window he punched in after not being able to continue to punch me.
Did Jeremy fight back like a tough guy, throw up the fisticuffs, or maybe press charges for assault? Nah, instead he immediately took to social media and opened a GoFundMe to fund a lawsuit against Matt Loader, claiming to be a victim of leftist political violence. Now, as a content cop, I can't condone the crime of assault, but let's let's be clear. This wasn't political violence. Jeremy slandered this guy and got beat up for it. But being the—
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you're gonna slander somebody, if you're gonna walk up to somebody and call them a pedophile, especially without any proof, if you're going to walk up to somebody, make any racist remarks, we're seeing this with like Chud the Builder as well, where he got arrested even though he's a fucking agitator, going up to other people saying that they're chimping out, which is a racist dog whistle, because chimps and black people, that's like a common racist trope, and he does that intentionally with racist undertones because he's a racist person. If you guys do this and you get somebody throwing fists at you or being violent to you, I'm not gonna feel sorry if that person is being violent to you. Sorry, fuck around and find out. Like, you know what you're doing is gonna upset the other person, or you know what you're doing is intentionally racist or just like awful in general. So like, why the fuck should I feel bad for these people if they get what's coming to them?
Unreliable narrator and whiny baby that he is, Jeremy decided to hype this up to raise money for this lawsuit, which he later dropped after settling for Matt to make a public apology video. It's amazing how Jeremy ended up being the one looking gay. Other examples of Jeremy's cowardly behavior come from his need to insert himself into YouTube drama. Jeremy has this pattern where he will beg people to debate him, then he'll actually get the opportunity, but deny those terms and make up his own and go quiet for a bit so then he could call them a coward for being too afraid to debate him. There are a few examples where this strategy didn't work, but my favorite by far is his feud with the Surf Times, or Lance. Lance, a bread tuber, had been talking a lot of shit about Jeremy, and after a while, aided by a few refreshing beverages, coupled with his Twitter addiction, Jeremy finally clapped back. He challenged Lance to a fierce debate, saying he put up $5 grand to charity, and if Lance could match it, the debate would be on. And to really rub it in, Jeremy would go on a full rampage, calling—
This guy really thinks he's like the destiny of the right, but he just comes across as like kind of pathetic. Like, if you actually take him up on a debate or a conversation, he'll just, like, get scared because you actually showed balls. He's hoping that you'll say no, just so he gets to say, look at him, he ran away. I won the debate, you know, I won by default. That's what he's looking to do. But the moment somebody actually tries to take him on, he quivers.
These people pussies, drunk with confidence that the Surfs couldn't put up the 5K. The same night, the offer was accepted by Lance and the challenge was on. The Surfs ended up raising $40,000 for transgender mutual aid, 8 times the amount Jeremy had challenged them to. So, how did the debate go? It didn't. Yup, Jeremy pussied out, saying that he wouldn't debate the—
Wow, who would have guessed? Once Jeremy is actually challenged on a debate, he no longer fucking is willing to debate. Wow, who would have guessed?
For spreading absurd lies about him during their charity stream.
I had scheduled a debate with a harsh critic of mine. In good faith, I agreed to speak to them for charity's sake. This week, they have taken to a charity live stream and raised money spreading absurd lies about me and showing anything but good faith.
No way. No way.
I should have known. I'll keep to my word about donating money, but this will be the last time I agree to speak to these people in good faith. I've maintained radio silence, not engaged or fired shots at them, but they simply couldn't be bothered to extend the same comedy.
Boy.
How is this real life? Is it? Oh my fucking god.
It goes on. Moving forward, it's pretty hilarious how these folks consider themselves so full of virtue. I wonder what the charity would think about them using the platform of raising money to help trans people was at least partly funded by harassing and bullying others.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Hypocrites, as usual.
You had the word.
Hey guys, I can harass and bully people on my channel and criticize other people on my channel, but if anyone does it to me, strictly off limits. Strictly a political streamer.
First of BreadTube correctly calling Jeremy an absolute joke of a man. What a fucking coward. These are only a few examples, and they're pretty bad, but they don't scratch the surface of Jeremy's most recent nuclear meltdown. It's one of the most pathetic, hypocritical, cowardly displays I've ever seen online.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Are you using a mobile app today?
No.
No problem. What can I get for you?
Can I get a bowl?
I'm sorry, you can get a what?
Can I get a bowl, like a cuck bowl?
Like a regular bowl?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Bro, if I was on the receiving end of this, I would be so fucking confused.
Yeah, like a bull.
Who would have thought that, like, you go to work to McDonald's, and you work at the drive-thru, and you take their order, and you fucking just, you have, like, you have this shit going on. A fucking quartering reference.
A bowl of food?
No. No.
Of course. What drink would you like?
Do you have vodka?
No, we don't. Sorry.
God damn it. If only.
Now we get into what I believe a lot of you have been waiting for. Thanks to Jeremy's behavior, he's earned a following of people who gossip about and document his hypocrisy, misdeeds, and actions. This is where two other creators come in. Ashton of the People's Populist Press, or PPP for short, and Andy Worski. These boys run a comedy/drama show called The Kino Casino and gained quite the following through their hilarious coverage of internet figures and lolcows like Darkside Phil, Ethan Ralph, and fucking iDubbbz.
Of course. I mean, like I said, like, Kino Casino, they are funny. They can be a little bit too much sometimes for me. They can be very intense.
Nisa Jamha's husband, iDubbbz, otherwise known as Ian.
That edit, and it was funny the way the edit was on her and then slide it over. There's some real, like, comedic timing, some comedic chops in this video. It's already made me laugh more than the real content cop.
While their comedy can be mean-spirited, you don't have to agree with everything that they say to acknowledge the energy, effort, and entertainment value that these boys put into the show.
Yeah, I mean, like, objectively speaking, Kino Casino does transformative content. Like, I remember one time I pulled up to them, like, trying to watch iDubbbz's video, and I think their stream was, like, 2 hours long, and they didn't even make it through, like, 10 minutes of the video because they pause and give so much commentary. You could argue they give a little too much sometimes. So, like, they are more than enough when it comes to transformative. Jesus! Which is also another reason why the quartering should not have false struck them.
What the? Jesus Christ! Where's he up? I can't!
And the results speak for themselves. They get up to tens of thousands of live viewers on Kick and millions of views on YouTube across their clips. However, someone with the rage of 1,000 bulls wasn't too happy with it.
Fucking bull joke every single time. Just like making bull jokes about the quartering. It always makes me laugh without fail.
You see, one of the many figures that the Kino Casino covers is Jeremy Hambley of the Quartering.
As a heavy drinker myself.
Oh, he admits it. Finally, he has some level of self-awareness. Although you don't have to overshare like that, buddy. By the way, I thought you quit drinking.
While he was mostly quiet about it at first, over the past year, the quarter-pounder hamburglar has become more and more vocal about his hatred for them. Despite claiming to be an unbothered king,
the casino clowns are in full force lately. They need to stop felting random YouTubers to do something productive for once. It's sad life. Hey, I mean, I think the world will always have room for that type of content. You're allowed to make fun of me. You're allowed to make fun of anyone you want. That shit doesn't bother me. I just shit out a new channel.
Well, I mean, clearly it bothered you enough to false DMCA them.
That's gonna have 100,000 subscribers at the end of the month. Like, saying somebody's a lolcow doesn't actually make them one. I let the kids have their fun. It doesn't bother me.
The worst kept secret about Jeremy is his fragility to criticism. He cannot stand it. He especially hates being made fun of. And mix that with his drinking problem, and the beast comes out.
Well, okay. I mean, like, he may have a drinking problem, but hopefully, like, God bless, hopefully he's fucking dealing with that offline. You know, I want to feel bad that he has a drinking problem, but at the same time, like, the quartering is just kind of such a shit person that it's hard to feel bad for someone like him.
Which is exactly what happened 7 days after claiming to be unbothered. He likely had too much to drink and started acting tough again. Sure enough, he's asking to be on the show to confront them. What Jeremy didn't seem to understand is the more they ignore his requests, the more content they get out of him whining about it, which is exactly what happened.
And by the way, if you're a casino fan, tell that pussy Andy Worski to have me on a show. He talks a lot of shit about me, but I've asked him to be on the show numerous times and he's afraid to have me on. So if he's your hero, Why don't you ask him to show you his
Melanie Mac, what are you doing?
DMs where I've been asking him for
fucking grifting loser is what Melanie Mac is. She's a weird grifting loser.
months to come on and discuss all of his gripes with me, and he refuses to have me on.
Just know so many people have so many online grudges. It's so fun.
I don't give a shit. I think they provide a valuable service.
You see, what really seemed to particularly piss Jeremy off was the Kino Casino's discussion of his bad financial decisions. And we'll touch on that a little later. Since Jeremy is always begging for money, it would be reasonable for anyone to assume that he's not great with his wallet. After a while, when Jeremy seemed to calm down, some information would surface about Jeremy's marriage and good friend. Now, don't let Jeremy fool you. His wife isn't some secret. She's made several appearances in Jeremy's content. He posts her a lot. She's on the fucking coffee website. And Jeremy likes to share a lot of embarrassing details about their marriage and his sexual fantasies.
Yeah, like for all intents and purposes, if you don't want your wife to be a public person, stop posting about them. Stop posting photos of you two together. Stop talking about her online. Like, if you don't want your wife to be a public figure, don't make her a public figure. You know what I'm saying?
There's a guy at work who claimed that vegan vag didn't smell. Well, I can tell you this. My wife has been a vegetarian.
It's so funny that he brings this up, because like I remember reacting to Willie Mac's video when he plays this clip. Quartering can't even tell the difference between vegan and vegetarian. Like, all right, vegans will never eat any substance from an animal. Vegetarians just don't eat meat. Like, there is actually like a massive difference between the two. It really affects your diet.
And can't confirm Miss Quartering is hot as fuck. Oh, Jeremy Guest has seen my wife. He's been to my home.
Devil's Triangle?
No, Jeremy Guest is. I don't know what the Devil's Triangle. What is that?
It's basically you having a threesome with another man and your wife. Yeah.
Oh, no other man. No. I'll fucking.
It's too late. You just said yeah, and it sounds
I'll
fun.
fucking
That makes you gay.
Yeah, I'll fuck another guy's wife. But...
It's widely accepted that Jeremy is a cuck. And that's not necessarily just because it's a funny thing to say, but because, well, he sure does have a lot of cuck fantasies.
How much does Gina love me out of 10? Either a 9 or an 11. Which one is it?
Okay.
Just saying, like...
Wasn't this woman... I'm pretty sure, like, this woman got... Like, there was a controversy back in either... I think it was late 2019 or early 2020, where she was fired from her... The Mandalorian because she, like, said some pretty outrageous shit about, like, LGBTQ people or something. I could be, like, getting the details wrong, but I remember she was fired for, like, a post that she made.
I feel like Gia and I could do an excellent on-screen... romance where like I'm the best friend, I'm like her best friend, but
dude, why
I pine after her.
Oh my god, dude, it just gets worse. It just gets worse. Like the sexual harassment and the sexual fantasies he has of every single woman that he has eye contact with except his fucking wife. If I earned $1 every time this happened, I would never have to work a real fucking job in my life ever again.
And she just keeps banging all these other dudes, and then,
dude, come on.
And I'm like all sad, and then she like realizes that I was me all along, and that she comes to, you know, and then she comes to realize it, and then we live happily ever after.
Dude, what the fuck?
Like, I think,
why are you even like, why is this crossing your mind?
We could do that. I think it's there. She could just keep hooking up with fit dudes, MMA dudes, and then,
dude, what the fuck?
Like, they don't make her laugh, you know? They don't get her.
Oh my gosh.
And then there's me. I'm just like, oh, hey, Gina. Oh, you look tired. Did you bang another dude tonight? Oh.
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, sweet. And then, like, my heart's breaking, you know? And then, like...
He actually is a cuck. Like, this is not like an iDub situation where iDub sort of like turned it into a bit of an inside joke in his community and everybody just says he's a cuck. Like, this is the Quartering just like admitting that he's like actually a cuck.
And then like eventually at the end of the movie, like, you know, I'm just saying from a film perspective, I'm not saying in real life, we're both tied down. I'm just saying believable on camera.
So, with the information Jeremy willingly shared with the public, and him seemingly trying to fuck his female co-host before getting cock-blocked by the other.
Melanie and I will be watching the football game tonight, and Hannah Claire will probably be going somewhere family-orientated.
I can't watch football with you guys? You can. Wow. I would love that.
Oh, yeah, that would be
Wow, thanks, Melanie. I'm not here.
Yeah.
It was natural for people to speculate that he and his wife have a bull. Funnily enough, Jeremy didn't seem to mind this speculation at first, other than some random seething about being called a cuck.
It's like, okay, fine, I'm a cuck. Next question.
No.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the one that's, like, talking about cuck fantasies publicly, both on your live stream and... I'm pretty sure there was a couple of other tweets that TheQuartering put out about him being a cuck.
Jeremy started to care when people looked into one of his good friends, Adam. Adam is someone who Jeremy talks about quite often.
Adam, what's going on, Adam? What's up, Adam? Grape jelly. Thank you, Adam. You Jews are all right.
He's very active within Jeremy's community. He donates a lot, and Jeremy likes inviting him and his wife over publicly quite often, while making sexually suggestive comments about Adam's wife.
Oh yeah, I think I've seen this clip already.
Adam, bro, bring your...
Oh, with the hot tub thing? Yeah, I saw this.
Fucking wife's big old boobs and bring her over to our house.
It's crazy, dude. He really just feels the need to be sexual towards every single fucking woman that he just, like, interacts with of all time.
I want you to meet my German Shepherds. Adam knows. Adam has my number. He's super chatted. That's why he's a real G. Adam Sellers, it's 9:20. I think you could be to my house by 10. I want to see your wife's big old boobs at my house in the hot tub. Hot tub's toasty, ready for you, bud.
The bull speculation was already on. But when people started looking into Adam, not only did they find charges of battery and harassment while violating a restraining order, which he pled guilty to, but they also found his other internet activity. Not only is Adam a swinger, being active in swinger subreddits like r/lacrosse Wisconsin swingers, but he's also an active user in many cucking subreddits like r/Midwest hotwives and none other than r/Wisconsin bulls.
Oh my god.
Yes, Adam is a bull.
My god.
He's a pervert. He's in Wisconsin. He's a bull.
There's quartering with the bull, folks.
He's a Wisconsin bull. Through this Reddit history, Adam could be seen soliciting wives and couples to engage with. I obviously can't show these posts since they're all NSFW, but his activity has been archived. So with all of that, it would be reasonable to wonder why Jeremy, a man who has expressed several cuck fantasies on his own, would be constantly inviting the Wisconsin bull and his wife over to his house while making sexual comments about the bull's wife, if Jeremy isn't engaging in some of the Wisconsin bull's activities. So naturally, people began to wonder, including the Keno Casino.
Jeremy Hambley is a cock! Jeremy Hambley is a cuckold confirmed! His best friend Adam is a fucking bull that comes...
Jesus Christ. These guys are just like so like... The energy on them.
Over to his...
They got aura.
House every fucking week! He's plowing his wife! Like he's actively hooking up and posting proof of cucking other men and being a fucking bull on Reddit. And this guy and his wife are going over to Jer's all the fucking time.
But if there's one thing this situation has taught me about Jeremy, it's that you can make fun of him. You can even make fun of his wife, but don't you fucking dare make fun of the Wisconsin bull. Because after the Keno Casino went over Adam's public online behavior, Jeremy started freaking out on Twitter saying, apparently, one of my IRL friends is a swinger, I guess. So obviously this means I have an open marriage. Sorry, weirdos, not true. These psychos running gay ops on my friends and family, making my wife feel unsafe. It's psychotic.
Making your wife feel unsafe? How are they making your wife feel unsafe? Do you even care that your wife feels unsafe? You've gone on like multiple tangents saying how you don't love your wife and you have fantasies of like trying to get your own hotel room and like trying to get away from your wife. I don't know how much I really buy this.
I know even addressing it will likely make it worse, but it's super weird. It's fucking weird that they're obsessed with my marriage.
What are you talking about? Like, you don't even care about your own marriage.
Like super weird and super over the line to be fucking with people who are not in any way public figures. Make whatever videos you want about me, but I leave my family and friends out of it. I've got nothing to hide, lol. In fact, I'm often told I share too much. Sorry, boys. My life offline is extremely milquetoast. Sadly, no time to swing.
Notice he denies the swinging and not the cucking. This seemed to...
That is interesting, Cameron. I wonder why that would happen.
Leave a lasting impression on Jeremy, because over the course of Easter weekend, Jeremy would have a meltdown over the Kino Casino, again trying to appear on the show. Coincidentally, the Kino Casino Clips channel received a strike for harassment and cyberbullying on a video promoting their upcoming show talking about Adam's criminal past. Given Jeremy's recent meltdown that was strangely deleted right before the strike, it was already looking like Jeremy was responsible for this strike. So in order to calm the masses, Jeremy posted proof that it wasn't him, but he didn't rule out the bull. This proof was a screenshot of his report history. Well, that's fucking useless. Jeremy has like 17 different YouTube channels that we know of, and there's no telling how many more that we don't know of. Besides, who's to say he didn't try another route?
Well, I think he like exposed himself with like an email history, right? Like his Gmail history, like when he was typing it in on live stream, what came up was the same fucking email used to like take down Kino Casino's channel or to file the DMCA against them.
After this, Jeremy would make himself look even more guilty by spazzing out at everyone who claimed he did it on Twitter, saying it couldn't be him. Flagging videos about him would be a full-time job. Later that day, despite the fact Adam himself put his full name and picture on his public Twitter used to interact with Jeremy, and that Jeremy himself refers to the bull by name publicly in his content, Adam sent a privacy complaint on the Kino Casino's video about the situation. This was almost certainly Adam, because you need to use a photo ID to submit this claim, but there's no doubt in my mind that this was per Jeremy's request. So things were already looking bad for Jeremy. Thankfully, the Clips channel got the strike removed. Now maybe Jer can finally lay low and let the dust settle. At least for Easter.
Buddy, our channel is under attack
Literally.
from a poop pants cuckold and his bull.
On Easter, our free speech warrior drank a couple of fireballs and started thinking he was some mob boss. A nuclear meltdown ensued, starting with his response to PPP's tweet.
You guys have spread disgusting, vile lies about my wife. You literally retweeted a Photoshop picture of her. I strongly dislike you, but would never dream of bringing your family into anything.
Dude, what the fuck? Why do you spend so much time, like, responding to these people? You're the one that decided to make the wife public anyways, so, like, anything is fair game. If you just stay silent and you just like fucking just keep making content, like I feel like this would have gone away eventually. Like you gotta stop fucking giving these people so much energy.
I don't think it's crazy to expect.
Oh my god, he just keeps giving that. I can see why like just by like reading the way he's responding, it's very easy to see why the quartering has become such a lolcow. And it's just because he gives it to them for free by like continuously responding. You just give them more shit to talk about on stream and you give them more room to laugh at you.
Two other grown men to understand that my wife, who was not an online person, to be left out of things. The more they push it, the more I want to become the villain they already accuse me of. If I actually wanted to get them banned, easy. I don't want to do that. If these clowns keep going after my friends and family just because they don't like me, totally fine. I will in fact take everything they have and never apologize for it. They're used to me alone.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Why?
Fine. I don't give a fuck what you say about me, but these psychos are harassing my family, my wife, and my friends. They have no rules, and starting today, neither do I.
Dude, oh my god. Dude, knock it off. Stop, dude. You sound like a fucking cartoon villain.
I never wanted to do any of this. I begged these guys to just
Guys, I never asked for this.
Chill, and only make fun of me. They refused, and so now I have no choice.
This obviously reads as him threatening their livelihood. But then he decides to publicly reach out to the Kick CEO in an apparent attempt to take down their Kick channel, which is their main platform. And then he proceeds to directly threaten Andy Worski and PPP.
Now that you have continued to lie about me, Andy, I'll go ahead and take everything you have. I have given you clowns plenty of runway, both publicly and privately. Enough is enough. Too bad. I liked you. I hope you all had an amazing Easter. Can't wait to get back to work tomorrow. I begged them to be reasonable. I said making fun of me is fine. First will be your YouTube, which is in violation of ban evasion, easy takedown. And next will be your kick.
Why is it ban evasion? Like, they didn't get banned previously, to my understanding, no?
I literally begged you two to be reasonable. I tried everything. You chose this. All I wanted was to let you guys dunk on me.
All of this while...
All I wanted was you guys to let you dunk on me. They have been! That's what they've been doing! You just didn't like it because it was happening for too long and it got to you after a while. That's the reason why we're seeing this fucking unhinged crash out on Twitter.
Privately messaging the fucking owner of Kiwi Farms, trying to blackmail Andy and PPP before promising that he would go
Scorched Earth tomorrow at 12 CST.
And those DMs with the owner of Kiwi Farms would obviously get leaked. It's insane.
Taking down channels is something I've never wanted to do in 20 years. I honestly didn't know about my friend and his shit, lol. I haven't talked to him since. I had no idea he was such a degen. My wife supports me absolutely, and their lies are literal fiction. She's the one that said to do it. I don't know why I'm even messaging you because I know you'll sell me out anyway. It's just the old internet in me. Eddie over at Kick already added me. And if I wanted to, I could take their channel. I really don't want to, but if my wife gets one more call or text message, I'll burn it all down and my viewers will support me. Josh, we can agree. I can take their Kick in YouTube, right? Like I have a non-paid YouTube rep. You know that, right? One phone call, gone. Unofficial troops. They delete the videos attacking our marriage. I never mention them again. This is a one-time offer. Just get rid of the videos claiming I let some faggot fuck my wife. And they
Jesus Christ!
Continue to make 10K a month on YouTube, and I move on. This is...
Bro, this entire... Like, Kino Casino really got to him after a while. Oh my god.
Win-win. I can burn it all down, lol. I have 5 years guaranteed salary at Rumble.
Jesus fucking Christ, this guy's so unhinged.
Broker the C-spot.
Can you imagine if, like, a leftist had this level crash out and Jeremy saw it on display? Like, he would be fucking, like, going up in arms saying, like, look at how fucking crazy the left is. That's what he'd be doing.
And everyone wins.
My guy is in his 40s and he just slammed his backpack down saying, don't come to school tomorrow. He's talking to the owner of a notorious gossip website where shit like this would get
I don't know about gossip, Cameron. Like, Kiwi Farms has been known to be involved in some pretty degenerate shit, including, like, spreading doxes about people. I think that goes beyond just a little bit of gossip, buddy.
In a heartbeat, like a mob boss. Fucking incredible. Unsurprising.
Incredible. Oh my god, I just saw what he did there. Jesus fuck.
The Quartering received immense backlash for this blatant hypocrisy and cancellation attempt. While he, at first, kept doubling down by trying to blame his wife for wanting the content taken down, eventually, he did try to apologize a few days later by totally mischaracterizing the situation. First of all, this is Jeremy playing stupid. He knows exactly why people are talking about his wife.
I guess I'm not allowed to share stories because if I share a story, it gets turned around against me. Even though I willingly told the story.
Oh yeah, and didn't like Melanie Mac refuse to educate herself on all of the quartering shit? Like, because the quartering is like a friend of hers? Totally not a sign that you're so enveloped and dependent on these like right-wing grifting spaces.
Apparently, yeah. I've been exposed.
Jeremy openly shares embarrassing information about himself and his wife down to a grossly intimate level, while simultaneously making sexual comments about other women, including his own employees. It's also not true that he started caring when people got his wife involved. He started caring when people talked about his spending problems, then went nuclear when the bull was mentioned. The obvious reason he doesn't mention the real reason people are saying these things about him can be seen at the bottom of his tweet. He's not apologizing to anyone. He's making a damage control post to mask the situation from his audience. Also, this absolutely wasn't the last time he talked about the situation. Jeremy says that a lot, but it fucking never ends. The timing of this apology is very interesting considering what happened the next day. Maybe Jeremy knew what was coming and tried getting ahead of the backlash, or maybe he didn't get the response he wanted, Whatever the reason, Jeremy seemingly went through with his threat as the Kino Casino Clips channel was terminated from YouTube. It seems that their channel was taken down for ban evasion, which is interestingly exactly what the Quartering falsely accused Worski and PPP of doing.
That is interesting. I mean, it was obviously him that did it. Like, it was happening around the time that Jeremy was having these crash outs.
Let's suspend any rationale for a second and pretend like Jeremy wasn't directly involved with the channel's wrongful termination. Without a doubt, it would still be his fault. He was openly accusing them of ban evasion to hundreds of thousands of people online during his online meltdown.
Around the same time, and their channel got taken down around the same time he was having these crash outs. It's all too convenient. Like, it obviously was him, or at least he orchestrated it and had, like, that Adam guy do it earlier. The bull himself.
And the 0.01% chance he wasn't directly behind the flagging, he's still to blame. And regardless, the whole ban evasion thing isn't true. To explain, let me quickly talk about the example many people point to when talking about ban evasion. DJ Killer Keemstar. The full story's a bit interesting if you're willing to take Keem's word for it, but I'll stick to what's verifiable. After Keemstar's original channel was banned, he would continue to attempt to make new channels that would be terminated for ban evasion. Because of this, a third party would operate the current Drama Alert channel so that Keemstar could still host the show without violating TOS. Many people already know this part of the story. What many people don't know is that Keemstar has been banned from YouTube for many years at this point. That's right, Keemstar can now own as many channels as he wants now, which he does. I explain this because Andy Worski and PPP don't even own the Kino Casino Clips channel, nor were they taking any profit from it. Their editor was making his living by running that channel. On top of that, Andy Worski's old channel had been unbanned from YouTube for a while.
That's interesting. What did Kino Casino originally get banned for then? If they actually were, like, apparently ban evading.
There wasn't even a need for the loophole. So this claim of ban evasion is total nonsense. And
I'm curious to know, what did they get fucking banned for originally? Was it like an old Xbox Live clip or some shit? I don't know.
Big no-no in the creator sphere. He's criticized people for doing the exact same thing he's been doing. This is hypocrisy at what can only be described
as a legendary level. That sadly, these deplatforming campaigns work.
And since he wants to LARP as a Christian now, I wonder if he's ever read the verse in Galatians that says a man reaps what he sows. Because since he wants to act like a TOS Nazi all of a sudden by claiming the Kino Casino was ban evading, let's remember what happened to Jeremy's first channel.
And then some VC guy bought that channel from me, you know, and then I started a channel about RC cars and I sold that.
Uh-oh, Jer Bear, that's against YouTube TOS, buddy. And hold the phone, it's a bannable offense. See the game you're playing, Jeremy? You start a war of sniffing for anything you can twist and to justify taking a critic down, and they'll do the same thing to you. That's a part of why it's such a no-no anti-free speech thing to do. With that said, don't go flagging Jeremy's channel. My intention there was to point out the guy's hypocrisy, not terminate all billion of his accounts.
Billion of his accounts.
Shortly after the termination.
I mean, like, that's what it takes, right? That's all it takes, is just you point out one thing, you try to censor other people despite being in favor of free speech. You're supposed to be the free speech guy, right? Like, hey, America, free speech, all that good shit, right? And here you are trying to take down other people's channels because they're fucking criticizing you too much. Again, you made your wife a public figure. If they're, like, making fun of someone's wife is a low blow, generally. But, like, you don't fucking false copyright claim a channel because somebody does it, right? You can look at that and go, oh, that's cringe. You know, I don't like that. That's kind of lame. You know, it's the same thing as making fun of someone's kid. Oh, that's a really low blow. Why are you going after his kid? Why do you have to bring his kid into it? That's cringe. You wouldn't take someone else's channel down for it, ultimately.
Jeremy seemingly gloated about it on Twitter by posting his casino-themed card.
Wow.
Meanwhile, hiding replies commenting on his flagging. That same night, Andy Worski's personal channel was also banned without warning. Jeremy predictably denied any involvement, and even
but he's obviously lying about it.
Went on to play victim about people false flagging him. Before directly addressing the terminations, however, he went on to plug Rumble, which he is under paid contract for, saying there's no better place for free speech than Rumble. Yeah, you sure are a great spokesperson for free speech, huh? How ideologically bankrupt does Rumble have to be to have this guy on the payroll, which is likely his primary source of income? You can watch this video there too. I'm uploading it there too. Rumble is the hub for free speech. Meanwhile, one of their paid spokesmen is out here openly attempting to deplatform other creators. I think Jeremy likes Rumble so much because it reminds him of the sounds made between the bull and his wife.
How did I know he was gonna make that fucking joke?
Jeremy's...
I still, you know, all of Cameron's jokes are predictable, but I still find them funny every goddamn time.
Official last time for real, this time I swear response to this was to whine and claim that nobody was interested in the truth, then post worthless evidence again by posting one of his channel's report history. Side note, not only is this evidence worthless because, again, he owns an insane amount of channels, but also because when he was threatening to
yeah, and he also wound up leaking it himself on a live stream because he doesn't know how to fucking cover his tracks.
Take them down in the DMs with the...
Like, if he really was gonna open something in another tab, why doesn't he just, like, use 2 monitors?
Fucking...
Like, having 2 monitors is, like, the go-to when you're streaming. Or it should be, ideally.
Owner of...
That's actually part of the reason why I don't live stream, is because I don't have dual monitors. I don't have a good setup for it. So, that's why I record these segments offline and then upload them. Will I ever do live stream segments and then upload them? Maybe. If I can afford getting 2 monitors, maybe someday. I don't know.
Kiwi farms, he claimed he could easily do it through his YouTube rep. While ignoring this fact, Jeremy tries to claim victory while claiming his critics will move the goalpost and refuse to apologize. My favorite quarteringism that's on full display in this tweet is the bit where he goes, "I expected it from some of them, but it was pretty disappointing to see from others." Like anyone gives a fuck what this stinky sack of shit thinks of them. He always says stuff like this.
Hey, not only is he a stinky sack of shit, but he admitted to having, like, crotch rot once, right?
As if he was some widely...
Like, I'm sure everybody gets, like, crotch sweat, but, like, isn't crotch rot, like, a different thing entirely? I don't know. Can't relate.
He respected voice online, and I find it hilarious. After being pressed about the fact that he's got dozens of channels, he posted the report history of 2 other channels that he...
Which still doesn't prove anything because he still has, like, 15 other accounts.
Unfortunately, this evidence is still worthless because this only accounts for less than 20% of his YouTube channels. Plus, those are only the channels we know of. If he's got fucking 17 public channels, imagine how many burners this dude has. The Quartering rivals Shoe Nice when it comes to channels. At a certain point, he could...
I forgot who Shoe Nice was. Wasn't Shoe Nice, like, a controversial person? I totally forgot the controversy with them, though. It's probably been years.
Couldn't take people pressing him on it, so he just started blocking people, including me. Jeremy then tries to pull a concern troll and sends his hopes that they get their channel back. As Jeremy continued his huge meltdown, someone with connections at YouTube was asked about the situation, and they estimated that the takedown was via an off-platform point of contact, as all the incoming user requests were denied by the automated system. During the situation, many of Jeremy's right-wing pals tried defending him. Some of them...
Yeah, Melanie Mac is probably one of them, who's an absolute worthless human being.
Them were likely uninformed creators trying...
Oh, Benny Johnson? Ugh.
To have another right...
God, this guy is so weird. I remember seeing Benny Johnson talk with, like, who? Like, Adam Mockler on, like, Piers Morgan or something? I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was on Piers Morgan.
Wingers back, while the others were just plain hypocritical.
Well, yeah, Melanie Mac refuses to educate herself on the quartering situation whatsoever because they're friends.
Regardless, it's pathetic. Fast forward to Jeremy's live stream.
Oops, not that one.
Where...
And he accidentally fucking leaked it. That's funny.
He accidentally reveals his recent emails with YouTube thanking him for his report. This means the Quartering verifiably lied about his flag history and lied again in response to claiming he was appealing an issue with one of his channels. Yeah, I'm sure the subject of
That's not a good look. The fact that he openly lied about that.
Email about a monetization issue would be titled, "Thanks for your report to YouTube." It's my personal belief, given all the evidence, that not only did the Quartering's fans try to flag down the Kino Casino, not only did Jeremy himself try flagging down their channel, but after that failed, he also called in a YouTube rep to finish the job. That's 3 charges, Big Jer. Turn around, put your hands behind your back for me.
For the turn around, put your hands behind the back for your bowl. Come on.
After all this, the quartering would...
You know what? Put your hands behind your back, and then we're gonna force you to watch your wife get fucking plowed till the end of time.
Continue to deny his censorship in the most pathetic ways possible. My favorite tweet of the bunch is...
I've let it be for weeks, but I guess if they really want me to be on my villain arc, I will oblige.
You said this like the last 3 times that you were going to go on your villain arc and you haven't done it. Bro, it's like the energy that this gives off is like way less than like when Tectone posts you have no idea what you create and he posts like an emo photo of him behind like a tree. It's like less than that, like less intimidating. And that's a pretty low bar to set, my dude.
There is so much more to laugh at, and it's all been archived. So if you'd like to see his full meltdown, I know the Kino Casino has talked about it on their Kick channel. And before wrapping this segment up, I'd like to ask anyone in the audience with the connection to make sure YouTube looks into those affected and getting their channel back. Not only was the Kino Casino Clips channel terminated, but a few smaller creators also got some false strikes and reports. If you don't have the connection, feel free to @Team YouTube on X. Usually making a big hoopla will get their attention. The few that come to mind are Rant Man, obviously the Kino Casino Clips, the Joker, and Luther Morgan. So please look into that, and hopefully this all gets resolved. Hopefully he doesn't come after me. My channel is under attack! Free the casino! Whoa, buddy!
Wolf of Woke Street.
What are the oranges for? Before starting this chapter, I want to make it clear that I'm perfectly fine with YouTubers starting businesses, which can include selling products. You can make some drop shipping slop with your logo on it, or make a damn chocolate bar. I don't care.
Hopefully Cameron talks about the fucking coffee brand thing, because like I always forget what the controversy is with his coffee brand coffee. I always forget, so I hope he goes into that.
The only caveat is that you have to be honest about it. And when it comes to Jeremy's various attempts at being a businessman, I don't believe honesty holds up. One of his earliest business ventures was Jeremy's way of making his Magic the Gathering content more profitable through an app called Game Finder. This app was designed for Magic players to be able to find each other, making it easier to set up Magic games. Real nerd shit. In order to make this pitch come to life, Jeremy launched a crowdfunding campaign and raised an impressive $30,000, only to fail miserably. Why? Well, the app was quickly rendered useless through social media, and it was also poorly maintained. Game Finder's failure will hopefully serve as a valuable lesson for Jeremy's future endeavors. Hopefully, he can find a more robust business model and maybe build some trust before trying to crowdfund again. Let's see how he did with his first venture into business as TheQuartering, called Exclusively Games. He pitched it as a gaming forum / news site with reviews, videos, and articles written by actual journalists. Essentially an apolitical rival to sites like Kotaku and IGN. The idea on paper isn't bad, but how is a niche YouTuber in 2018 gonna afford that? He's not. You are. Again, Jeremy launched an Indiegogo campaign and raised around $160,000 for the Exclusively Games project, which is 32 times the amount he asked for.
And let me guess, he did absolutely fucking nothing with that funding. Is that what I'm about to hear?
What an incredible success. Naturally, the site was quickly built and Exclusively Games came to fruition, becoming a gaming news giant, is what I would say if I was a liar. The project failed. The two fundamental problems with this website came down to promises Jeremy made when pitching the company. He promised no ads, meaning the site would be 100% fan-funded.
I imagine he just lied about that as well. Bro, we're getting like pirate software all over again, it seems. Just like making promises on like games and like websites and like products that are just never coming to fruition.
Exclusively Games a failure waiting to happen. You need sustainable revenue sources if you're gonna run a business. The other wild promise he made is that he wouldn't be involved in the site. Now, I know that sounds insane, but his reasoning was so that it remained apolitical. The only problem separating himself from...
I doubt that. There's no way Jeremy could ever be apolitical. Quartering, apolitical? That's just... Those two don't go together.
Exclusively Games is
like everything that he posts and does is like just inherently political. He's a fucking right-wing freak.
Fact that he owns and pitched it. So essentially, Exclusively Games ran as a money incinerator Jeremy used as a fireplace until it ran out of fuel. Except when the fuel tank ran low, he ran a second fundraiser and managed to get $53,000 to keep the site afloat rather than fixing the foundational problems that made the site unprofitable. Naturally, 2 years after its launch, Jeremy would announce that Exclusively Games was shutting down. Yep, $210,000 of other people's money down the hole with nothing to show for it 2 years later. With multiple business failures behind him, will Jeremy learn from his mistakes by being more responsible with his money? Nah, this dude is up there with DSP when it comes to finances. No wonder he's afraid of Caleb Hammer. Enter the year of our Lord 2022, and Jeremy would start his newest and biggest business endeavor, Coffee Brand Coffee.
Here we go. This is the one I'm curious about.
I've spent the better part of the last 5 years covering companies who have gotten woke and eventually gotten broke. Well,
I don't think that's as real as he's making it out to be.
I've sat on the...
Hey, guy, like, if anything, like, going woke was, like, the meta for a while on, like, businesses.
Sidelines long enough, and I've decided that I was going to put...
I mean, by his own logic, basically, like, if you do right-wing grifting, like, yeah, you'll probably make a lot of money right now, but there's no way it's going to be lucrative forever when the narrative shifts back left.
My money where my mouth was, and get into the game. Introducing Coffee Brand Coffee.
Yep, he started a coffee company to prove that not being woke alone is a successful business model that's definitely tried and true. Except it isn't, and Coffee Brand Coffee has been a money vacuum that Jeremy has been stuck to for the past 4 years. In all reality, making an anti-woke company is just as cringe as any virtue signally woke company for the same reasons. People don't like being preached to when they buy some damn Cheez-Its. The first kill shot to this company,
yeah, I mean, like, you could say that, like, woke content is cringe, woke is this, that, and the other thing, but, like, the people that are anti-woke and that whine about things that are too woke are also just as bad. Like, they're just as cringy and just as whiny as the other. Like, they're the same side of the same token. Or, different side of the same token is what I meant. Sorry, you get what I'm saying.
Other than having Jeremy fucking Hambley be the owner, is its branding. Look, I've heard some awful generic names over the years. The Container Store, Washington Commanders, The Vitamin Shop. Those are some bangers. Yet somehow Coffee Brand Coffee may be stupider. First of all, you're not a retail giant or NFL team. You're an eBaying YouTuber. So expecting to get the top search result with Coffee Brand Coffee is a ballsy choice. And with a name like that, the only way your product gets chosen is if someone mistakes it for great value at Walmart. Go to the website and you're immediately advertised a rewards club and Jeremy's ugly mug before you see a single product. In a way, it's a perfect emblem of the company. Constant shilling from this motherfucker. Because since the dawn of Coffee Brand Coffee, God, that name pisses me the fuck off, Jeremy hasn't stopped shilling it. And I'm not talking like a small call to action here and there like you'd normally see. I mean, it's everywhere. He incorporated it into his shitty OBS templates, made all sorts of videos begging for people to save the company, used the swatting of one of his friends to promote it, and
that's fucking crazy. Wait, this is a high stress moment, likely a great moment to brew up a delicious... Oh my god, what a fucking freak, dude. I didn't even know that he did that, like that he used like the swatting of a friend to try to promote his coffee brand. Bro, like, it's fine if in your own stream you want to plug your shit. Like, I do it sometimes. Like, I've done it with my TikTok. I've done it with like other places. Like, it's fine to plug your shit, but not in a donation when somebody's getting swatted. Like, there's a time and a place for everything.
Of course, use the death of Charlie Kirk to encourage people to order a cup in his name.
Promo code TheQuartering, I think, still works, but this is my coffee company, so...
We are Charlie Kirk, we carry the flame.
Go ahead and order and try Kirk's name if you want. Won't bother me none. I'll still fill your order.
How powerful. I guess this is the cost of owning every aspect of your coffee company. Oh, that's right. So Jeremy swears...
Guys, come buy Coffee Brand Coffee. It'll make your throat explode. Sorry. Jesus Christ. Debating whether I keep that in the video. I guess if that joke is in the final cut, you'll know.
On the integrity of his marriage that Coffee Brand Coffee is a legitimate coffee company that he bought, where the coffee is made in-house with his machinery, not some generic drop shipping shit like everyone else does.
This is my coffee company, and this isn't some BS white label drop ship garbage that a lot of other people are selling.
To prove this, he even made a video of his product being made, and for a while, a lot of people took his word for it. However, Anyone who knows who Jeremy is probably smelled some shit in that cocoa and knew that this motherfucker was absolutely lying.
Damn, I was considering reviewing coffee brand coffee. You know, I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a chance. Maybe it's like decent. Maybe he's not the one that makes it. But if they smelled shit in that coffee, I'm having second thoughts there, Mr. Cameron F305.
He's been running cons since his start. No shit, it's a fucking scam.
There's a big difference between what I do and what most everyone else does. I don't...
Everybody does things that are too woke. This coffee will make you non-woke. It'll cure the woke mind virus that's infected your brain ever since you were an infant.
Drop ship my coffee.
Coffee Brand Coffee is actually a white label business that sold Mill Creek coffee supply at a higher price.
Oh.
We roast our own special blends. We hand flavor our beans.
He doesn't roast shit. The company was formed at a Utah address 20 minutes away from Mill Creek Coffee Roasters, and Jeremy has been incessantly lying about it since day one to make a quick buck. But
wow.
To me, this isn't even the biggest part of the scam. No, the biggest lie Jeremy founded the company on is it being anti-woke, because the owner of Mill Creek Coffee Roasters is a woke woman.
Wait, that's so funny! Oh my god! Can you imagine if his audience found out? Oh, wait. If anything, that makes me want to buy Coffee Brand Coffee even more. That's like your best fucking advertisement on your coffee, if anything.
Jeremy, how could you?
Fuck you, liar, you fuck.
As we pivot to our next segment.
All the Twitter users are so mad at that. Oh my god, you fucking lied to me. It's all fucking woke garbage. It's all fucking, you fucking lied to us, and I'm so fucking triggered, and my blood is boiling out of my fucking skin, and I'm gonna go back to watching and jerking off to Asmongold all day.
I think we should really analyze TheQuartering's grift. He maximizes his revenue by capitalizing on breaking situations in the most pathetic ways possible. He couldn't even get his fucking audio right to cover the assassination attempt on the fucking president. Oh, what? Charlie Kirk's been shot? Oh, let me make 6 videos about it. Oh shit, he's dead now? Well,
let me also perpetrate conspiracy theories that Candace Owens has put out. Oh my god, Charlie Kirk's still technically alive, bro. Charlie Kirk has become, like, the fastest, like, grift that people have been able to, like, use. Especially right-wingers more than anything. Like, all the right gets to do now that Charlie Kirk is has been assassinated for months is that they get to effectively just use it as, like, a virtue signal and a human shield, basically. Like, no one actually gives a shit that Charlie Kirk died. It died, like, within a week. Like, you know, obviously, at first, the internet was, like, it was so unexpected. Like, everybody was understandably shocked because you don't expect something like that to happen. And, like, what happened to him was terrible. Shouldn't celebrate it. But, like, because Charlie Kirk's such a shit human being, people stopped caring within, like, a week. And now the legacy of his death is him just getting memed to death online. Like, you see Charlie Kirk cameos and, like, AI images and videos of Charlie Kirk. Like, people just do not give a shit anymore.
I'm going to keep the other videos with out-of-date information. And when it's a slow news day, let's just talk about Disney and some women or some shit. I don't know.
Or we'll talk about trans people for the billionth time.
All while shilling his failing companies and begging for any bailout when his irresponsible spending catches up.
By your Trump loving family member.
But first, he can waste his time making a stream that nobody watches while hitting on his uncomfortable female co-hosts. TheQuartering is on the fast path of transitioning from a niche internet micro-celebrity into the Lolcow of the year for 2026.
Oh yeah, he's easily like the next Lolcow. In 2025, we went from like iDubbbz and Pirate Software as those Lolcows to now TheQuartering is like a big giant fucking Lolcow and everybody's like making fun of him.
Right now, he's still moderately successful online, but I predict it won't be lasting much longer, especially with that horrible views to watch time ratio. Holy shit. There are a few things I didn't touch on in this video, like his previous female co-host, the potential NDA, and more of the intricate details of his more Lolcow behavior, like the time he shit his pants.
Where is the best place to shit in a Walmart? So I cut down the shoe off.
Oh yeah, I think I saw this in I didn't watch June the King's video, but I saw Papa Gut react to June the King's video. It's pretty insane that he like just feels so comfortable telling the story. And I mean, hey, sometimes you gotta shit your pants. It happens in public, but I don't know if I would tell this story like on a live stream. It just seems kind of embarrassing more than anything.
Oh my god, a little came out.
But some other creators like the Kino Casino have, so go enjoy their content. That'll pretty much do it for this season of Content Cop. We've had a lot of felonies this season, especially today, but I think the biggest charge against the Quartering is him being a fucking flag.
All right, Cameron, that was a little bit crazy. Jesus Christ, dude. Well, have at it with another Content Cop. I mean, yeah, Quartering is gonna be Lolcow of the year, and you better get used to me milking some Quartering content, because it seems like we're gonna have a lot of Quartering content to talk about this year. It's looking to be that way.